Hi guys and welcome back to a new video. In today's video, I will explain how you will be able to get some time-limited cosmetic items during the next few days, and as you will see, these are pretty cool. So these different cosmetics are part of the Pilgrim's Bounty event, and initially I thought that with this year's edition of this holiday event, we didn't get any new items, but actually there are 4 kind of secret transmogs that you can get, and they're not too difficult to get, so this is definitely something that I would recommend you to do. But as you can see, this event will end on Sunday, and so you only have a few days remaining in order for you to get your hands on these different items. So these different cosmetics are these different Bountiful backpacks, and these are actually very nice. As you can see, you will have, for instance, the baguettes, you will also have the piece of chicken. You will then have all the different cooking utensils. You even have the cooking book. And this backpack comes in 4 different colors. So you have the green one, you have the purple one, you have the orange one, and finally you also have the white one. So overall, I think these are pretty cool. And especially again, I think they're great for a lot of different type of transmog sets and for role playing. And again, these will only be available during this event, which happens once per year. So you really don't want to miss out on them if you enjoy this specific cosmetic right here. So in order to get these different items, again, it's really not too difficult. Basically, you will need to go outside of some of the main capital cities, especially for all players. You will be able to go outside of Orgrimmar, Thunderbluff, and Undercity, and for Alliance players, it will be outside of Stormwind City, Ironforge, and Darnassus. And here you will each time find these different tables and all these different mobs that are linked to the Pilgrim's Bounty event. And in particular, what you're interested in are the different daily quests. As you can see, this quest will reward you with a piece of transmog or with this bag right here, the Pilgrim's Bounty. And that's inside of this bag that you now have a chance at getting one of these different backpacks. This is a pretty low drop for chance, so you will need to do quite a lot of them. But again, this is something that is very easy to do. So in order to do these different quests, it's again something that you can do on any characters, and that's pretty straightforward. The first thing you want to do is go talk to Dalny Tallgrass, and here you want to buy the Bountiful cookbook, because this cookbook will give you all the different recipes that you need to use in order to complete these different daily quests. Then if you don't have cooking, especially the version for Classic WoW, you can go talk to the main quest giver, and normally they will allow you to also learn cooking. And after that, all you have to do is to train your cooking to get to 280 in order to be able to learn all these different recipes. Sadly, you will need to do that on each of your alts because the different items that you will cook are things that are only available during the Pilgrim's Bounty event, and so you cannot give them to your different alts. And here, all you have to do if you want to level up your cooking is to actually use the different items that are available from the main vendors, because with that you will be able to go to 280. So the first thing you have to do really is to use, for instance, the very easy spice bread recipe that you will get right away. And then you can buy the simple flour and the mild spices directly from the vendor. Then normally at some point you will be able to start cooking the first item, which is going to be the pumpkin pie. Then you will have the cranberry chutney, you will have the candied sweet potato, and finally the slow roasted turkey. So for these different recipes here, the specific ingredients will be available from the different vendors from each city. Here you have the autumnal herbs and the honey that are available at any of these different vendors, but then you will have some of the different ingredients that will be specific to each vendor. So for instance, here, as you can see, these different tangy sulfury cranberries are only available from the vendor in Orgrimmar. Then if you want the sweet potato, it will be from the vendor outside of Thunderbluff. And then for the other one, the pumpkin pie, it will be the one from Undercity. Of course, it's different if you're playing on an Alliance character. So basically, it will require you to navigate from one place to another to buy each time all the different ingredients that you need and to then craft all these different food items. So what I would recommend you to do really is to just buy a bunch from the vendor where you are currently in. So for instance, right now, as I'm in Orgrimmar, I'm just going to buy tons of these different tangy sulfuric cranberries. Then I'm going to make my way to either Bluff or to Undercity. And then I'm going to pick up the quest there, cook everything using the ingredients from this Overcity, and then go to the last city, and so on and so on. So again, this is something that is just a little bit time consuming, but overall it doesn't require any skills, anything in particular. This is very easy to do. Now for the different roasted turkeys, you will need to find some of these different wild turkeys right here. And basically the way you get these is very simple. Here you want to go either for Alliance players to Elwyn Forest, and in this zone you will be able to find some wild turkeys. You can kill them, and each time they will drop one of these wild turkey. And if you want to do the same for Alliance players, you will need to go in the Tristful Glades, and here again you will be able to find these different turkeys, and you just have to kill them in order to get this component right here. And so then again, on a daily basis, what you need to do is to come in these different cities, pick up the daily quest, and once this is done, you just want to cook the different food items. Again, if you have secured everything from all the different places, normally you won't have to really move a lot. But of course, you will need to go in the different cities in order to pick up the different quests. And then you just want to cook all these different items. Like that, you can then complete the quests. And like that, you can pick up your different bounty bags and pray that inside you will be able to get one of these backpack transmog, even though, again, these are pretty rare. Here, what I would personally recommend you to do if you have a little bit of time where you can be AFK is just to craft a bunch of these different food items. So like that, the days after, you can just log in and you can just go around from one city to another, accept the quest directly, complete the quest, and like that, in maybe 2 minutes on each of your outs, you will be able to complete your daily routine of having these 5 different daily quests done. So again, here, if you really want to make sure to get them before the end of the event, I would recommend you to use different outs in order to do these different daily quests again and again and again. Remember, if you have, for instance, access to some allied race characters, you can directly create level 10 characters and come directly here and do that. I'm sure it would also probably work with class trial characters. So just make sure to create a bunch of them, do the daily quest, and get the 4 different backpacks. Just in case, also learn the backpacks when you have it, because it might create duplicates if you don't learn the item on one character and then complete the quest on another one. So as soon as you have one, just learn it just in case. And here, when it comes to the portals, so if you're playing on an Horde character, the easiest for you is to come right here in Orgrimmar to go to Undercity. Just make sure to go back in time to see Undercity. And then if you want to go to Thunderbluff very easily, you can go to the Battle for Azeroth area. And here in the portal room in Zuldazar, you will be able to get a portal directly to Thunderbluff, which is then very easy for you to use to go there. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I really hope you will be able to get these different cool backpacks before the end of the event. I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos, and in the meantime, I wish you all a great day. Bye!